Hello, this is Brenda Green, and I'd like to welcome you to Living in the Go. This is a special presentation that I'm doing, so it's not necessarily related to the things I normally talk about, but because the coronavirus is spreading all around the world and is so real, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. The picture on the front here is of me, and it was back in December of 2019. I was actually in South Beach, Miami, Florida, on vacation, having a wonderful time, not even realizing what was about to come. But that was the state of mind that I was in at that point. And so, thinking about what's going on right now, I know people are afraid. They aren't quite sure what the future holds for them, what's going to happen to them physically, emotionally, financially. And what I want to say to you is that, yeah, coronavirus is real. You need to take precautions. You need to take care of yourself. Take the steps to be safe, certainly. You want to minimize the stress all around you. But what I'm telling you is that we will get through this. There have been other things that have happened in our lives that we forget about sometimes, but they were very real at the moment, life changing for us, but we came through on the other side. So that will happen again. So, my question to you is what's next? We're in the middle of this, battling through, but at the other end of this, when it's all over and done with, and we're looking around at what we need to do differently, what are we going to do next? I want you to think about how you're feeling right now. If you're struggling financially, so maybe you were struggling before this hit, you've lost a job right now, you will get another job, the jobs will come back. But if you were struggling before that, then what I want to say to you is that have a change of heart, have a change of mind in terms of how you're going to go forward. So when this is all over, what are you going to do next? What steps are you going to take to ensure that you never have to feel this kind of stress again? We're going to have other crises that come up because that's just the way of the world. But how we handle those crises is so important. And the things that you put in place right now will help you going forward because let's face it, there's always going to be something else. We thought when 9/11 happened, that was the worst thing possible. People were so afraid they didn't know if other attacks were coming. We had the big tech bubble in 2000 where we lost all of the things in the stock market. Then we had the major recession back in 2009 where the stock market tanked and people thought we're never going to come out of that again. Well, we did come out of it even better. So again, coronavirus, very real. We're going to come out the other side. But what are you going to do differently? So I want to talk to you a little bit about some of my beliefs because I think that will help to solidify what I'm trying to get across to you. People have short memories, and I want us to do it better this time. At the end of 2010, 2011, when things were finally starting to shape up, when the stock market crashed, people thought, oh, well, I'm going to be a good saver. I'm going to pay all my bills on time. And people were actually doing that for a few years. But we have short memories because they lapsed back into those bad habits of spending all their money, not saving for a rainy day. And this is why we're in the position that we're in right now, when the majority of the people in this country, in the United States, are living from paycheck to paycheck. We've got 70% of the people who don't even have $400 for an emergency. That's real people. And that's what happened because we had short memories and we didn't stay diligent to make sure that we will be prepared for this next go round. The other thing I want to say to you is how important are feuds with anyone? If you're fighting with people or you were fighting with people before this happened, is that really important? Because when it's all said and done, what happens is that our families, our friends, our loved ones, that's most important. We're going through such a crisis now. People are losing their lives. So you want to know that people are safe and secure, and you want people to know that you love them and that they love you. So think about those feuds and dismiss them. Some of us are living from paycheck to paycheck, as I mentioned before, but this won't be the last crisis. I've been through quite a few crises because I'm older, and trust me, I thought when I was going through it, it would never end, but it always does, and so then you have to be prepared. If you haven't learned it by now, the government won't save you. They can barely save themselves. So you have to position yourself to take care of yourself and your family and put things in place so that you won't have to struggle the next time that a crisis happens. Because again, it will happen again. So, how do you want to be positioned for that next crisis? What things do you want to put in place so that you can feel a little more security in whatever comes down the road? Have a plan and don't get derailed. little things come up and you might want to put something aside and say, well, I can save next week. Think about how you're feeling right now, and maybe that'll help you to not get derailed and stay with your plan. So I want to thank you for your time and your attention. And I will say to you, stay safe, stay strong, stay committed, try to stay stress free, love everybody around you. And I'm here for you. Reach out, but take care.